Uh, last night campus. So, going to have to, based on the concept of complete system network within the United Kingdom. In terms of the policing network, that's going to take into consideration counter-terrorism, CID, general police officers, divisional commanders, then the National Crime Agency. MI5, MI6 are different, so they're not generally involved. Then we're going to have to look along the lines of the Secretary of Defense, the Home Secretary. And then we're going to analyze the fact of what did they actually get to gain from this whole aspect. Me, I get $130 million a year. Yeah, so I'm not asked. But what did they gain? What is it that? What did they manage to gain from all of this? Based on the fact, we're fully aware that the fact it's their own police officers that are actually behind this clear violation of their contracts. So, why didn't they sack him? Why did they sack him? Yeah. Did you deem it necessary to the fact of, based on the court of law itself, that you realized that you also fell victim to this game? Yeah. And the only way to save your own ass was to encourage me to become a criminal to get yourself out of the shit. I would say so myself. To encourage another person to perform courses of action totally against the court of law itself. So therefore, in a court of law, I managed to win the entire United Kingdom. I took on the UK and won. And I can do whatever I want now. In terms of code of ethics. In terms of the code of ethics, I totally. Oh my god, fuck. Oh, I know we're going to play here. In terms of the code of ethics with court of law, the entire network all fell victim to social media. You all played against one person that focused his own intelligence based on reality and not his social media identity. You all fell victim to it. It's amazing. You all took your social online identity against one person that doesn't even use it. Doesn't even use it, and you all fell victim. You all lost. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? You all took on one person that doesn't use your online identity. Yeah, you all fell victim for it. So, the government, the Home Secretary, Secretary of Defense, chief constables, your entire policing network. In the shit is royalty and MOD. Everyone else is fucked in a court of law. Yeah, everyone else is fucked. So, point A, I recommend you make it a given must that you no longer use social media in terms of power or policing. Your positions as police officers and agents within the National Crime Agency are compromised based on the concept of your social media identity. So I would recommend, in terms of police and intelligence, yeah, you're not allowed to use social media. Yeah, you want to use social media, then you go join up with a regionalisation of a social media force. No, wrong choice of word. Let's see. A National Cybercrime Division Policing Regionalisation Network. In other words, one HQ per region. Yeah. So your entire policing network failed based on the fact of you like to use social media. It's amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. So in your defense, you're in a court of law. You're pretty much handing over your P45s. I mean, you're collecting your P45s in a court of law. Yeah. You authorized, condoned, sanctioned, funded. Yeah. You authorized, condoned, sanctioned, and funded the use of the death penalty within the United Kingdom. Yeah. That's some fucking charge, by the way. See? And then encouragement to break the law just to get yourselves out of the shit. Yeah. But see, turn to this and he turned. This means he was always going to no. In a court of law. Yeah. To reiterate, the best course of action to take without doing harm to the general public within the United Kingdom and without destruction of property, the only best course of action to take was to get myself arrested. So if the course of action that I'm going to take to get myself arrested to protect my life, based on the fact it is a first degree attempted murder with the use of chemicals, since you authorized, funded, condoned the use of this based on the fact of a social media, whatever you want to call it, your entire heads of your security network are in so much fucking shit. Yeah. You're in so much shit. Yeah. I can't profit from this legally. I said that from the start. I'm not going to profit from this legally. Yeah. Fucking. So. Yeah. Last night of chemicals. Yeah. So this is generally the steps that I'm going to take. They had strike one, arson and destruction of property, clearly visible on CCTV, therefore for the court of law. The only way to protect my life was to get myself arrested. Based on the fact that I didn't get arrested, your entire policing network, not only do they condone the use of the death penalty, but they're also encouraging and inciting acts under the Serious Criminal Act of 2015. So not only are they condoning the use of chemicals on human beings, as well as the death penalty live streaming on social media, they're also using it to brainwash individuals into thinking they're serious criminals or, for say, terrorists. No, you just keep fucking killing yourselves. Yeah, you just keep fucking killing yourselves. Not only do you give me the death penalty, You're then telling me to be a fucking terrorist after it. No, you're telling me to break the law under the Serious Criminal Act of 2015, Terrorism Act 2000. Not only are you giving me the death penalty, you're trying to brainwash me into becoming one, a drug dealer, or two, a fucking terrorist. You're fucking killing yourselves. Breaking the law quite visibly on a CCTV camera. So, in the terms of the judge in a court of law, I had to get myself arrested. Yeah. So when the judge sees it and then says, was it not clearly visible for everyone else? It was in the city centre with about 2,000 to 5,000 people in it. Was it not clearly visible? He even looked at the CCTV camera. Yeah. In his defence, he had to get himself arrested. But you're telling me that your policing network not only are condoning the use of the chemicals for his own death, but if he manages to stay alive, you're trying to convince him to break the law under the Serious Criminal Act of 2015 and the Terrorism Act of 2000. You're very lucky. You are very, very, very. Yeah, we're talking in the region of between 50 to 150 million pound in criminal damages. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of fucking money. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking special. That's special. That's a 30 million pound super yacht. That's a 20 million pound estate. That's a 10 million pound helicopter. That's a 10 million pound private plane. 10 million pound car collection. And enough money to run my own fucking football club. You are very, very, very lucky. Very, 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 very lucky. That's a lot of fucking money. Yeah. No, that is a lot of money. You're very lucky. Yeah, very, very lucky. Because if it wasn't for your stupidity, I wouldn't have got this intelligence. So you're very, very, very lucky. Yeah. Granted, for a theatrical movie spectacle, you are not going to fucking top this ever again. Are you? Fuck. No, you're never going to top this. So you're very lucky. It turns out, to me, this intelligence is worth 150 million pound. It's worth more. This intelligence that I've acquired is worth £1 billion. So you're very, very lucky. Yeah, this is £1 billion university degree. That is in my brain right now. £1 billion university degree. The only concept or the only acts that I haven't done yet are basically looking at safe havens, looking at alternative means for investment and different aspects of business. In other words, not to leave a paper trail, but generally speaking, these are things I can do in a couple of weeks. In other words, to find loopholes, to employ lawyers, to analyse all aspects of your rules for Great Britain and Europe. In other words, employing the best of the best to figure out where my money's going. Yeah. Employing lawyers to my money's going. Yeah. In terms of the royalty aspect, same rules apply. Sometimes diplomacy is not always the right answer. Yeah. Sometimes diplomacy is not always the right answer. If I perceive my image, remain hidden, remain sophisticated, elegant, charming, yeah, then I see no reasons whatsoever in becoming freelance. Yeah, I see no reasons whatsoever, because theoretically speaking, you cannot run a country based on diplomacy, based on the facts of tabloids, social media, all aspects of the internet. You need to take a non-diplomatic approach on successfully running a country. So forth, Yeah, sometimes you've always got to have a team in place that stays on the right side of power, if that makes any sense. Yeah. But generally speaking, based on this intelligence and what I'm saying now, about 97% will completely forget what I said within the next 3 minutes. It's only the ones that are paying attention. Yeah, it's the only ones that are paying attention. Yeah, that'll remember. Yeah, so I'm fine with that aspect. What did you have to gain from this? You've had to have gained something. Now, what is it that you gained? Now, what is it you gained in Scotland to dethrone the SNP to stop powerful because you wanted a conservative or Labour aspect running the government? Yeah. Moreover, research based on previous data. Yeah, previous data, wrong choice of words. Based on previous aspects of the political agenda, all the pieces fit. And all the pieces are put together. So, in terms of making Scotland a weaker economy, yeah, I was playing that game. Yeah, I realised I could do it like a piece of piss. It's not difficult. But why, oh why? What did you have to gain? That's what I don't seem to understand. What is it that you had to gain? What is it? I gained fucking everything. Yeah, my balls, they're about to collapse. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a week in hospital to figure out my war wounds. How long do I have to live? Man, it's going to be fun. How long do I have to live? See if it figures out based on the fact of my drug background, based on the fact of being a drug addict for so long. Is my genetic formula within my body strong enough to outstand types of diseases like cancer? You know? Because based on the types of drugs that I took and was addicted to, I don't know, we'll soon see based on the fact of my healthy lifestyle, apart from smoking and breathing in a fucking gas for about 2 years and 8 months. Apart from that aspect, based on the fact is my genetic formula, yeah, is it strong enough to outweigh these types of diseases? So far, 2 years, 8 months of carbon monoxide. I'm expecting blood poison, lock, stock, the fucking lot. Yeah, but if I don't get that, is my genetic formula strong enough to actually outweigh these diseases, which would be quite a bonus in the fact. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still 31. Yeah, look at it, 17. Yeah, my genetic in terms of appearance is probably from like a 17-year-old background, so I'm probably half and half. Yeah, so when I'm supposed to have 32. I haven't got a clue. So basically half my age. So when I'm 60, I'll look like, so it's perfect. So is it based on the fact of my slow gene reproductive growth therapy? Is it strong enough to outweigh the disease? But I'm not too sure. But we'll see. We'll see. My fucking ears. So last night at chemicals, see it vaguely in my eyes right now. Can't out the spots, they're actually fucking bite marks. But do you know what's quite funny? 1, 2, 3. That's on the right side of my fucking head. Yeah, might look like the left side. Is it left side or right side? No, it's the right side of my head. 2, 3. Oh no, start from there. It's like the Ring of Orion. Oh, I don't know. It's good. The Ring of Orion. Orion. Star's belt. Orion's belt. Ring of black. Baby. I take it to my car wash. Oh no. Don't relax off. I give you good price. Okay, fuck that shit. So, this is gonna be fun. Justified weapons and ammunition. Fuck that shit. Unless you can go across that. No, 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 no. That's renewable energy. But then, technically speaking, if you've got a wee fetish with weapons and ammunition, just acquire a fucking green card. Right, so. So, this is the last night. Fuck, man, violence, eh? Well, generally speaking, it's not going to be on camera. So, in terms of protective, they're never going to know anyway. Isn't it? Yeah, they're never going to know anyway. So, I need at least one month in South America. Yeah, I need at least 1 month in South America. Yeah, I need 1 month in South America based on the concept of analyzing ports. Is it going to be more sustainable or more adequate enough to go from? Shoot, you have to Royal Air Force. So technically speaking, the transportation aspect of air, it's a bit too fucking risky. So I'm going to have to wait. So I'll have to look at the aspect of going from Brazil or Argentina. I'll have to do. But then you've got customs analysing what type of. I don't know. See, these are questions that the only way I'm going to get the right answers if I can actually just see it right in front of me. So this is probably the shit part of this next stage of intelligence. Yeah, I can't get these answers. Well, I can get the answers. But I'm going to have to do a dummy run. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a dummy run. Yeah. What the fuck would you want to buy? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5 because I only want to do a one. I only want to do a one based on the con track. So it'll be a one hit. Maybe. Strike one. See, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many questions and so many answers that I need based on the concept of everything that's happened. The concept of everything that's happened. Yeah, there's no camera, no recognition. So we're going to see what happens. But mark my words. I don't condone the use of this ideology. That goes for politicians. That goes for the security and defense network. That goes for politicians. That goes for every single person. You condone the use of this ideology in the United Kingdom, I will swing you off fucking bridges while burning you alive. This type of ideology does not belong to the United Kingdom. Anything else, it doesn't really concern me or doesn't even bother me. This type of ideology does not belong to the United Kingdom. I don't give a fuck if you think it's modern era times, but how powerful this thing has become, yeah, how powerful this thing has become, I don't condone it one little bit. Yeah, I don't condone this ideology one little bit. It will be eradicated from the United Kingdom at all means necessary. I mean, all means necessary. Yeah, I don't condone these actions. After this is finished, yeah, after this is finished, it's up to you to rewrite the rules and regulations so this doesn't happen again, because I'm not doing this again. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck this shit. All aspects of the security network has failed so badly. Yeah. So I'm not doing this again. In terms of extremism as a whole, I'm going to see this as a more intellect aspect. Yeah, I'm going to see this as more intellect aspect. Constructive criticism based on your type of ideology of running an economy. I think you can take this as a positive aspect. It gives you a brief insight of what the general public of your economy is actually thinking. Yeah. Oh, that smells shit. Yeah, it gives you a brief insight to what the general public's actually thinking. So in terms of for an extremism aspect, yes. In terms of a neo-Nazi, they don't even understand what being a Nazi is all about. Yeah, they haven't even read the fucking Hitler Code of Conduct. They couldn't even recite the first fucking page of his law. Yeah. If they first pay, and no offense, I'm bringing the drug game back to the fucking streets. Yeah, if you truly are going to become this fucking stupid and naive, yeah, if you're going to become so stupid and naive because you feel like your life's in danger based on this type of ideology, yeah, I'm going to bring the fucking cleanup crew to finish this shit off. Yeah, I'm bringing up the cleanup crew. Yeah, and we're just going to finish this shit off. But if this happens again, yeah, you have to remember the next phase is going to be a lot harder. This is what we classify as a dummy run. Yeah, this is a dummy run. Failed so badly. Yeah, trial and error. Yeah, sustainable growth of a nation. Because think about it, Europe will probably end up falling out of us. Europe's probably going to fall out of us. And then, based on the fact of it'll be Prince Charles will become, yeah, based on the concept of the fact of a military commander aspect, you might understand my ideology. This type of weakness in a conflict of war, there's so many fundamental flaws for attack. It's almost like we're not actually developing any strengths. There's so many flaws. We're open to attack, but we're not taking anything from a positive aspect. Granted, you might think, get with the a next generation, of general public. In other words, how would you simplify it? It wasn't like that back in the days. But one slight problem, this type of generation, this is the wrong one. Yeah. This is the wrong one. So you've got to lay the foundations. Yeah. You have. You have. Give me some reggae sauce, man. Yeah, you got to lay down the foundations. Yeah. It's almost like laying down a base of operations. If we're going to move into a next decade, yeah, you have to remember, I'm taking a more realistic outlook at this one. Yeah, I'm being a realist. And you can well fix it. I can give you the foundations. I can give you the business model. Yeah. Because based on the next approach of my intelligence, I haven't got a fucking clue. Yeah. It's all new to me, man. All I can see is balls. Yeah. I don't understand the behavioral science of the economy or nothing. All I just seen was balls. Yeah. I was like, yep, balls, fine, they'll work. They're coming with me. But it's up to you to do what you've done with extremism. Yeah. It's like a trade partnership agreement, if you want to put it like that. This next phase of play, yeah, it'll be up to you to manage it. But I can 100% guarantee, yeah, I can 100% guarantee they sure as fuck are not going to be targeting politicians. They sure as fuck aren't going to be thinking about destruction of property. Well, they sure as fuck aren't going to be thinking about threat to the general public. So it's almost like we're basically taking off the physical aspect of streets in terms of, well, if you're intimidated by a social media trend, moreover, research into their analogy would dictate that it's almost like restarting a decade. Yeah. We've all become more, what we've basically tried it, we've seen what happens, but quite frankly, it's fucking failed. So, if it's broken, try to fix it. If it can't be fixed, hit the reset button. Yeah, well, it's broken, we've tried to fix it, and the image that we're giving out to everyone else, so it means we're going to hit the reset button. Yep. And then we can start again. So we're basically just going to delete this decade. Yeah. Because every single extremist group in Britain are absolutely shit scared of me. Every single one. Yeah. Every single extremism group in Britain is absolutely fucking terrified of me. So, if that's the case, they're only terrified of me based on my intelligence and my so-called apparent balls. But then again, Harry Houdini's a fucking master. Yeah. So, if they're intimidated by my type of balls, it's gonna be good. Yeah. This is gonna be good. So, you going to be more lenient? Are you going to just you will allow it for a quick fix solution, and once the quick fix solution happens, you have to remember, after this is fixed, you have to remember who fixed it and who helped to fix it. Because you're obviously going to rewrite the rules and regulations. Yeah. But put it this way. Look what extremism have done to your police force all over Britain, right? Your entire policing network needs to kick up the fucking ass. Yeah. Your entire policing network needs to kick up the fucking ass. We are so vulnerable. Your entire policing network within Great Britain needs to kick up the ass. And there's no better person to give them a kick up the ass than the bulbs of the fucking Irish. Yeah, there is absolutely no better person to give these fucking Muppets a kick up the ass than the balls of the Irish. The police have to get reminded on a day-by-day basis of what balls are and stop fucking worrying about some social media trend. You made your police force so weak-minded, it's unbelievable. You turned them fucking gay. You turned the entire police network gay in Britain. It's priceless. Yeah. Granted, they're on thin ice with royalty. But technically speaking, anything's better than what's currently going at the moment. Yeah. So, how's it going to work? Well, based on my actual theoretical approach, if I'm hitting the reset button, they're not really going to be too concerned about England, are they? They're just going back to Scotland. Think about it. You know, fuck that shit. Scotland's their home. But in terms of an opportunity, if, for say, the clever ones were to alter their ideology just a wee bit to blend in instead of standing out, the opportunity for growth in their aspect is quite sustainable, quite sufficient. Yeah. But if they feel that they struggle to redevelop their ideology to blend into English modern day society, if they feel like they can't do it, then Scotland's always their home. So for what I'm implementing is an opportunity, yeah, to take a shot just to see, instead of just being Scotland your home, yeah, take a stunt, take a punt, try it, yeah, just don't get carried away, yeah. In other words, what I tried to implement was the fact of a criminal underworld law had to be written, and I deemed fit necessary. Yeah. The Ireland and Northern Ireland would have been perfect. Yeah, their balls are fantastic. But you have to remember, we've only got 2 days left of camera. Yeah. We're not going to watch this anymore on social media. We're not going to watch this on camera. Yeah, I'm just telling you the script. Yeah. Once this camera's switched off, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Stop smiling, conscience. You're going to get yourself fucking killed for one fucking Tuesday. Wow, that's nice. There's some fucking... Maybe for cream shit, man. Yeah. There's an opportunity to alter your ideology, to integrate into modern day society within England. In other words, give it a try. There's no harm in trying. Yeah, you're not going to know until you try. Yeah, it's the next generation, so you don't know until you try. Yeah, maybe you might alter your thought process, and I don't know. I'm gonna fucking knick-knack. But if you continue to progress with this type of ideology that's currently going on, Jesus Christ, just wait till they have fucking children. Or their children are currently grown up. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. And fuck that. I'll go completely fucking insane. Yeah, I'll go completely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Just wait till they have fucking children. If you think this is sustainable and manageable. Yeah. Every time I type into Google, there's at least fucking 3, 4, 5 fires a fucking day all over Britain. Yeah. Yeah. I never seen shit like that before. Yeah. Never seen shit like that before. Yeah. But you have to come to the terms with the fact that your police and intelligence, they've become intimidated by their own paranoia. Yeah. Your police have become paranoid. Your police have become paranoid with their own intimidation factor of using social media. Yeah. Your policing network. Yeah. They've become too paranoid. Yeah. You go to work, you do your job, you come home, you forget about your problems. Yeah. You do your job, come home. Oh, you fucker. You do your job, you come home, you forget about your problems. So, in other words, if you feel intimidated at work, feel slightly paranoid, when you come home, you know all your problems have gone away. Unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't work like that anymore. You feel intimidated at work, you feel paranoid at work, you go home, you check your social media, you feel intimidated, you're paranoid. So, technically speaking, your entire police network are getting paranoid 24 hours a day. Yeah, your entire police network are getting paranoid 24 hours a day. The only way to remain sustainable is if all your police officers had the mind of counter-terrorism officers, and then your counter-terrorism officers done a one-up. Yeah, all police officers to have the mind of counter-terrorism police officers, and counter-terrorism police officers to have the mind of a step up. I'm not entirely too sure what that is. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're paranoid at work, you can somehow manage to actually keep it sustainable. Yeah, you're taking your paranoia home with you. Yeah, so when you log online to social media, you're taking your paranoia home with you, and you're 24 hours a day getting paranoid. Yeah. Instead of seeing the smaller picture, for example, you go to work, you're getting paranoid for the city that you live in. You're going home and you're getting paranoid for fucking someone else's city in a different country, a different continent. Yeah. If someone starts preaching extremism in London, you're starting to look at extremism based within New York, LA, Miami, Paris, Madrid. Yeah, you're expanding your paranoia mindset. Yeah, you're expanding it. So you might struggle in your own city, but when you go home, you're expanding it to global. Yeah. So in terms of fixing that solution, you have to alter your training methods to becoming a police officer. Yeah. You have to give them military training before they start their police and intelligence. It's the only way you're going to give them thicker skin. You're going to have to do an 8 to 12 week training program from a military perspective. And then after that 8 to 12 week, once you break them to then fix them, then give them the police and intelligence. Yeah, we're not talking. Yeah, we're not talking military warfare police officers. We're just talking about the 8 to 12 week training program. For myself personally, I'd deem that very, very viable. Yeah, 8 to 12 week training program from a military perspective, just so you can break them, to scare the shit out of them, to then fix them. So in other words, you're breaking their civilian brain, give them a military brain, to then give them police and intelligence. So it generally means, moreover, over the course of years, you can actually entrust the police force to handle more severe criminal actions that currently take place. Yeah. If I gave you paramilitary balls right now, your entire policing network would collapse. Yeah. Your entire policing network of Great Britain will collapse. Absolutely fucking collapse. In terms of a takeover from a criminal underworld, paramilitary balls can take from the top of Scotland to England to Wales and can completely take the whole fucking lot because your police and intelligence and mental mindsets, I'm afraid to burst your bubble, this is a complete fucking takeover. Yeah. Paramilitary balls can completely take over the entire United Kingdom. Yeah. Because we're all too sensitive. We're all too fragile. We have needs and feelings. Oh, don't join the fucking police force then. You're catching criminals. What do you expect? Yeah. Oh, don't arrest me. I've got to hashtag my balls right now for being lifted. Oh, you can't arrest me because I'm on social media live. That means I'm broadcasting to the rest of the world. See if you misbehave, you might get like 20 unfollows on your social media page. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, no. No, I've got a reputation to uphold on my online status. Yeah. Paramilitary balls are going to wipe the floor of the entire network of Great Britain because your entire policing network are chicken shits. Yeah. Your entire policing network in Great Britain are fucking chicken shits. Yeah. You retrained them to become fucking fannies. Yeah. You retrained them to become fucking fannies. So paramilitary balls, there's an opportunity there to basically take control of the entire criminal network within Great Britain, i.e. Scotland, England and Wales. It's there. You can have it. The police are chicken shits. Yeah. The police force are absolute chicken shits. Once you display signs of actual man balls, the entire police network is going to fucking collapse. Yeah, of course it is. I've just fucking seen it for about 3 fucking years. Yeah. The entire police network will collapse. So then it's up to the police to what they want to do. Do they want to continue to go down the path of sensitivity, being fragile, feeling emotions? You join the police force, expect to get stabbed, expect to get run over, expect to get shot. You're going after criminals. Criminals break the law, therefore, expect you might get hurt in the process of trying to send this person to jail. Yeah. You have to amplify the fear factor back in the police force for them to manage it. Then you can separate the weak from the strong. The ones that are weak, you can find a retraining model to make them stronger. But paramilitary balls are about to wipe the floor of the entire UK network criminal underworld. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. The thought process going of from a criminal underworld perspective is addicts beat consumers, dealers beat addicts, knives beat dealers, guns beat knives, psychology beats guns, paramilitary beats psychology, and ISIS takes the piss out of them all. Yeah. This is a, in terms of levels, of level 5 being the highest, level 1 being the lowest, this is the level 1 psychology game. Yeah. This is the level 1 psychology game. I'm at level 5. This is the Mexican ideology, but I'm going to go down to level 1. This is level 1 psychology based on the concept of you managed to infiltrate the police and network and from a political aspect as well. So you still were successful, but this is psychology level 1 aspect. Yeah. But paramilitary, yeah. How would you summarize it? You would probably have to say Colombia is the top balls, Mexican the second. Mm. It's a difference between Americans and Irish. Americans, they got raised by gun culture, so they don't think because they had the power of God from when they were born. In terms of Irish, you're more clever and astute to your thought processing. So I'll say the Colombians, the Mexicans, then the Irish, based on the fact they're more intelligent on how they conduct business. Then the Americans, based on the fact they've got the power of God since the day they were born. So Colombians, Mexicans, Irish, then the Americans, then the Polish. Yeah, they want British ideology and they're prepared to work for it. So then the Italians. Oh fuck, Russians. Okay then. Uh, 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 Colombians, then the Russians. Colombians, Russians, Mexicans are more dirty. They're fucking more ruthless, yeah. Colombians, Mexicans, Russians, Irish, Americans. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We got joined for no, because Americans below. So we go Colombians with the Colombians with the Mexicans, with the Irish and Russian tied, then the Americans, and then poor economic backgrounds. Yeah, poor economic backgrounds after this. What you have. What type of balls are currently being played? Type of balls. Type of balls. Shit balls. Shit balls. Type of balls. Theatrical balls. Hollywood balls. I'm gonna lose my train of thought. I am. Fuck, let's go back. Rewind. So yeah, the entire paramilitary network. Yeah, their upbringing, their ideology. Yeah, so they can wipe the floor of the entire UK network based on the fact that your police intelligence, police mental mindset is so weak minded. Yeah. It's almost like they're too terrified. Well, in fact, it is. They're too terrified to do their job because nowadays they know exactly the work's coming home with them. Yeah. Work's coming home with them. So, therefore, in terms of paramilitary balls, not one single copper will have the fucking balls to arrest any single one of them. Yeah. Current balls taking place. It's not the fact of not having the balls to arrest them, it's because they're fucking protecting them. Yeah. They're protecting them because they realize this type of, for say, game that's being currently being played, you're making their jobs. Well, what did I see? I seen 10 police officers in Birmingham city centre attempting to take control of a situation that only merited 4 police officers. A drunk and an unstable homeless person under the influence of drugs and alcohol. It's only going to take 4 police officers. But in this sense, it took 10. Yeah, it took 10 to defuse a situation so fucking simple. It only merited 4 police officers. But now, based on this type of ideology within the policing network, it now takes 10 police officers to basically defuse a simple situation of calming an individual under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and to then send him on his way to safety or back home. Yeah, but now it takes 10 of them. 10. I think I'm a little about that. Yeah, it takes a simple. What's that, Skip? This is gonna be a piece of fucking piss because I've got ISIS balls. It's just more manageable being a gentleman. Right. Prices. Yeah, fucking sure they are. If I thought for 1 second that someone was going to fuck with my business, I'd kidnap his entire family, strap a bombs to their chests, and I would bring out a tub of popcorn. Yeah, and I'd be sitting there with a kill switch and pressing the button. Yeah, one every time, just so I can watch the rest of his family suffer in fear. Yeah, fucking sure I would. Yeah. I would have fuse wire wrapped around every single fucking limbs of their bodies if I thought one of these people were going to fuck with my business. Yeah. It's not the fact of killing this person would enjoy me the most. It was the pure psychological torment that these people would have to. That would enjoy me the most. But unfortunately, I have to give out the distinctive impression of a gentleman, educated, sophisticated, elegant, based on the fact it's more profitable. Yeah, it's more profitable. Yeah. Based on every single type of psychology and ideology, it's more profitable in business from a criminal network perspective to be a gentleman. Yeah. Just to be a gentleman. Yeah. It's more financially rewarding. Yeah. More financially rewarding. Yeah. To give out the impression of the nice guy effect in terms of business, it's more financially rewarding. In terms of balls, yeah, yeah, ISIS. I would have no hesitation whatsoever in dipping you in a pool of sulfuric acid and then record the cry of pain so I could send it to the rest of your family and remind them Christmas is coming. But the crackers are about to pull the joke in the middle uh, is his family body parts. Oh my, you weren't joking. Yeah. But in terms of business economics, drug economics, sustainable growth, uh, based on quarterly projections, based on the, how do I put it bluntly, the power status symbol. To be classified as power, then nothing has to trouble you. If you allow yourself to be compromised by any single thing on planet Earth, if you allow your brain to be compromised by anything, then you don't have the characteristical traits of true power. Yeah. You cannot allow your brain to be intimidated by anything. In other words, if you don't like something, you've got to like it. You can't allow your brain to be compromised by something that you don't like. So to reach for, say, the holy enlightenment of the holy grail of balls and in terms of power, you have to like everything. Yeah. It sounds a bit fucked up, but you have to actually like everything. Yeah. Because it's classified as a sign of weakness if you allow your brain to be complacent by emotion. If you allow your brain to be compromised by emotion, and you will fail. You will fail. Well, put it this way. For say, I don't know, if I watched a group of adults sit there and rape 30 children and then skinned them alive and then boiled their bodies to then purify it, to then inject it into their parents, their blood, I would have to sit there. I would have to enjoy it. Yeah, the only reason I say I have to enjoy it for sustainable growth. In terms, this is a different type of ideology, and for me to mean sustainable, I have to adapt to it and then figure out how I'm not going to allow myself to be complacent and get beat for this type of ideology. So, in other words, it's the winning formula for success. No, it's the winning formula for success. Oh man, some of the shit is pure fucking sick as fuck. What did I watch? Women getting raped by fucking goats. Um, Someone's fucking filming it, so someone's got a fetish for it. Watching women get fucked by goats and everything. It's just, what? Watching 5-year-old children deep throat fucking 12-inch fucking black dicks. That's more of a sexual perspective, but it's the only way to trigger emotion within the brain. For arousal, satisfaction, lust, and desire. Yeah, it's the quickest way to manipulate the human brain. That's how you go out to the pubs and get drunk quicker. Your brain is manipulated by so many different chemicals flowing through it based on going out to the pub. It's the difference between drinking 24 cans of lager, getting drunk, and drinking 4 pints of lager and getting drunk. Yeah, it's the quickest way to manipulate the human brain. Yeah. You can use hunger, fear as well. But in terms of fear, there's so many flaws because sometimes you need emotion to kick in to better the actions and results. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Still waiting to get arrested. Huh? That's Friday. We're now on Sunday. No, still not arrested. You tell me if you think I'm wrong. Yeah. You tell me if you think I'm wrong, or do you think I just promoted a new breed of criminality? Now, do you think I'm wrong? Or did I just promote the concept of all criminal activity is perfectly legal as long as you've got a camera? Yeah, of course it is. So, last night in the chemicals. So the quickest way to retrain the brain, I'm going to do the hunger aspect. I'll do it for a couple of days. Then I'll drink plenty of fucking coffee. Yeah. And after about a week of constant oxygen sleep, because my brain's going to be completely fucking exhausted. Sleep, lots of coffee, and then I'll go for the fucking, yeah, I'll go for the medical report. Yeah. I'm gonna go for the full-on medical report. What's the fucking damage, boss, huh? What the fuck is the damage for this university degree, yeah? What's the damage? Yeah, tell me, doc, what have I got? No, how fucked am I? Yeah. See if it turns out that I'm absolutely perfectly normal. Yeah, then God does exist. Yeah. This, after all of this, based on the fact, yeah, if this turns out that there's not one fucking bit of problem with me, then God does exist. Yeah. It's fucked up, like. But if it turns out there's not one slight bit of problem with me, God does exist. Yeah. Oh man, holy shit! Why not fish? Oh, come on, get fish. Oh, come on, man. Oh, that's not me. Oh, all I can smell is shit. No. No. Oh. Oh. Man. Don't tell me God's a poof. Oh, fucking writer of that story, man. Fuck that shit. Wow. Man. Well, there you are. Eh? What the odds of that? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just got a dose of fucking shit. Yeah. Oh, man. Dose of shit. Yeah, dose of shit. Yeah. God doesn't exist. He's got the dose. Yeah. Oh, man. Yep, yep. Those are the shits. Yep. Yeah. So there you are, sign. I would have preferred fish myself, but it turns out I got shit instead. Yeah. Oh well, eh. Let's overanalyze it for a second. So is that God trying to tell me, fuck, if you turn into a poof, you can still fuck me up the ass? Yeah, trust me. Based on what I've seen, I'm not turning into a fucking poof. I will literally commit suicide, fuck that shit, and I'll go straight to fucking hell. Well, fucking sure I will. No, oh my. But I'm gonna, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one and just say, yeah, God's trying to tell me you can even fuck me in the ass. Yeah, I'm no, 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 not today, not any day. So, in terms of that, why is that? Yeah, so it turns out there's nothing wrong with me. That's for reason one. The government went against the Bible itself, so there's no such thing as religion in Britain. Because once the government intervenes with something so sacred like the Holy Bible and starts to dictate it based on its own thought process, then therefore we're only allowed to abide by what the government says in the Bible. Yeah. Female bishops and so forth and so forth. Yeah. You've actually went against the Holy God himself. So therefore, yeah, religion doesn't apply to Great Britain. Yeah, hate to burst your bubble, but it doesn't. Once the government starts dictating its own thought process into the Holy Bible, then religion doesn't apply because it's under the government. The Bible is under the jurisdiction of the government that's currently in power. You know? Yeah, sure is. Yeah, yeah, it is. So basically, that's the government trying to play God. So it's going against the God's wishes. So religion doesn't apply. So in terms of religion, it's more of a business model than religion itself as a whole. You know? Yeah. So in other words, if I take a PlayStation 4, but it only plays Xbox games because the government says so, what's the point buying a PlayStation when you should just buy an Xbox instead? Pretty much, yeah. Because if you're taking, oh, God, I'm just talking, I'm just going with it. Yeah. If you're reading the Bible, you're abiding by everything the Bible has to state in terms of religion. But if you're reading the Bible, sitting there thinking the government might say for one day, we don't agree with what the Bible says, but therefore the government shouldn't even be interfering with the Bible as a whole anyway. Ah, yeah, lovely. Yeah. Once the government starts dictating passages from the Bible, rewrites the laws, and then plays God itself, there is no such thing as the Holy Bible within Great Britain because the government intervened with it. So since the government changed passages within the Bible, for the next 100, 200, 300 years, it's just going to be a government Bible instead of the Holy Bible. So therefore, the government has basically just destroyed Christianity within Great Britain. Yeah. Innit? Yep. So if I figure out after all of this, based on the fact I've been condoned to a gas chamber for 2 years and 8 months, and that there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Yeah. That's because his obligation to myself and a specific target market within government ideology was to completely destroy it. Wait, what? In terms of extremism as a whole, you changed the Bible, you lost a politician. Think about it. Yeah? You changed the Bible, you fucked with religion, you paid the price by losing a politician. Think about it. That's what happens when you fuck with God, eh? You changed the rules on the Bible, you lost a politician. That was God stating to the fact, yeah, he will keep on killing your politicians unless someone figures out how to eradicate the problem. So if I, after going to hospital, I realized there's literally nothing wrong with me, yeah, that's because I'm not even religious, but that's because I had God on my side. Yeah? But you dictated the Bible, extremism came to Britain, and you lost a politician. That was God stating, you fucked with my world, I'm going to take what's yours. Yeah? Look at the entire security network. Look at what's happened. All because you fucked with the Bible. Yeah? Yeah. This didn't happen before you didn't fuck with the Bible, eh? Yeah. Shit's fucking weird, like. Yeah. But you fucked with the Bible. Look what happened. Yeah. You lost a politician. Yeah. So in terms of what's that film called? Well, they travel. God has a pathway for them. No, they have a path. And sinner, into consideration the film aspect of Matt Damon under the Adjustment Bureau. God has already written your life. There's already a pathway. So in terms of that, why does he deem fit that my thought process and after all of this should be more beneficial to a criminal aspect than to law itself? Why? Yeah, I don't know. You have to remember, government, before you fucked with the Bible, everything was fine. Yeah, you fucked with the Bible, you lost a politician, you brought in skinheads. Yeah. Remember, someone brought them in. Yeah. But who made that person think as a human being? Yeah. Yeah. Who made that person think as a human being? You dictated the Bible, remade it yourself. You fucked with religion, you lost a politician. Yeah. Weird. But the evidence is there to back it up. Everything was fine until you fucked with the Bible. No. No. Now look at your economy. No. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Enjoy it. I think it's as soon as. Might all seem a bit more spiritual and all superficial and all that kind of fucking bollocks. But think about it. Yeah. You started fucking with the Bible. You started fucking with people's beliefs. Now look at your economy. Yeah. Look at the concept of when you think of hell and you think of the devil, what do you think of? Fire. Do you not? When you think of the devil, you think of hell, you think of fire. Do you not? Mm-hmm. What did you bring to the UK economy? You brought fire. Yeah? You brought fire. In terms of criminality, you might get the occasional fucking va va boom. But in terms of hell and the devil itself, you just brought fire. Yeah? You dictated the Bible, tried to make it your own and play God. You lost a politician. In terms of the devil's work itself, you brought fire. Yeah, you brought fire. Yeah, you brought fire. It's all weird, but if you can take the Da Vinci Code aspect to it, it's quite cool. Yeah, it's quite cool. But if you're taking this from a religical aspect of economics within Britain, some would say you actually fucked with the Holy Bible itself. Yeah. In terms of criminality as a whole, you brought preaching to the UK. You brought fire to the UK. The death of a politician was your own doing. Ah, all because you dictated the Bible and tried to make it your own. Ah, well then, ah, you brought the death of MPs. You brought the fire. You brought the preaching. You brought something more astute to British ideology in terms of, i.e., neo Nazis. The preaching of death. You dictated the fucking Bible, and in return, you brought the preach of death. No. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So in terms of religical warfare, you just played a game of war with God, and He brought you preaching from a devil perspective. He brought you fire, and you lost one of your politicians because of it. He brought you preaching. He brought you fire, and you lost your politician because of it. And what's your target market? The preaching he brought was preaching to go after politicians. Let's start. High five. Yeah, look at it. That's it. So there you are. Are politicians a target based on this term of preaching? Yes. In terms of criminality, what types of criminal occurrences are happening on a day by day basis? Fire. And what does fire resemble? Hell. In terms of loss of life, politician. And why did all this happen? Because the government dictated the Bible and tried to create it their own. So, in other words, in modern day society, every single human being on earth has to have something to believe in. And since this has been a proven business model, for say, been a proven business model, and it's been proven the type of ideology to keep every single person on earth sane. If you don't have anything to believe in, the human brain will go insane. But then the government decided to dictate the thought processing of the Bible and tried to make it their own. And in return, they lost a politician, they brought fire and hell, they brought preaching, and the target market was the government itself. So, in terms of this whole aspect, all this was to do with the fact that you fucked with the Bible. Yeah, how good's that, eh? You might have more, for say, intelligent answers. But if you think outside the box for a moment, fuck with the Bible, you lose an MP. You then brought preaching. What do generally people preach nowadays? The Bible, but you fucked with it. So they're preaching what they're preaching. They're preaching hell. They're preaching war. They're preaching death. They're preaching politicians. Yeah, all this was because you fucked with the Bible. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Even your thought processing of the person that basically orchestrated this and got the party started. Who do you think made you think like that? Yeah. All this happened was because you started allowing female bishops. Something happened. You're allowing gay marriages. Yeah. You're allowing homosexuality. Yeah. You condoned homosexuality. You allowed female bishops. You started taking extracts from the Bible, rewriting it and making it your own. So you decided you wanted to play God yourself. And in return, you got political killer preachers that brought fire to your economy. Political killer preachers that brought fire to your economy. You did. So if you take this whole concept, completely just erase everything, start looking at things like gay marriages, what was the other ones? Female bishops. Look at everything you took from the Bible and made it your own. And then start to look at everything from our life as an act of God instead of the general public. If you see everything from an act of God, you will realize that's what happens when you fuck with the Bible. This is God telling you this serves you fucking right. In terms of losing an MP, in terms of the loss of an MP, God didn't see that aspect as a loss of an MP. That MP was destined for hell anyway. That MP was destined for hell based on the fact that her modern day lifestyle was sin. Yeah, that was against God's wishes. That MP was against God's wishes, and she was destined for hell herself anyway. Yeah, she was doing something on a day by day basis that was sinful. Yeah. Press might think sweet innocent just the sheer fact of being an MP, but realistically, she was living a sin on a day by day basis. Yeah. So you fucked with the Bible, and in return, you got political preachers of hell itself. You brought fire to your economy. So there's your religious war right there, right? Sweet ass. That's quite funny. But then again, no. So why the fuck are you telling me to be a coke dealer when you fucking prick? The only way this would actually be classified, well, is a lawful sin. Is that what you want to call it? Classified as a lawful sin? Unlawful sin? Maybe the actions of this type of mindset. Yeah, maybe the actions of this type of mindset. I don't know. No. I don't know. Oh. Some call you dead. Come on. Hear me now. Give me some ready legacy. I don't know. Yeah. What episode of Psychosis? Am I thinking of? Well, it's shit as fuck, not a bit pissing top of the board. What's that? So in terms of being a fag on social media, yeah, it's the concept. Do I feel comfortable in front of the camera? I don't know. Maybe it's the concept of actually realizing people that's actually playing with power currently at the moment are listening. That maybe my ideology is actually me, per se. Or they might just be sitting there thinking it's the shits and giggles. I don't fucking know. Really, man? Fucking hell. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. No more chemicals after tonight, man. Fucking A. Seriously, fucking A. Yep. This is it. Last night chemicals. You've got no idea how clever I actually am. I'm even impressed myself. Yeah. But it's more from a neuroscience perspective. Yeah. It's quite funny. Yeah, it's quite funny. But generally speaking, yeah. Yeah. I think I've had my university degree now. And now it's time I become mega wealthy. Yeah. It's time I now become mega wealthy. Yeah, I think so. I think it's now time to get rich. Don't worry, I can. There are so many fundamental flaws. No, it's now time to get rich. Yeah. So, tell you what. Good job being skinny, yeah? Once I put 2 stone in muscle, yeah, my entire identity will completely change. And that's it. My entire identity will completely change. So therefore, a ghost in a shell. Because realistically, fucking wired out my tits. Because realistically, yeah, this is only a shell. Yeah, look how young I look. Look how young I look. Shave the beard off. Yeah. I'm pulling a 16-year-old man. Well, easy. Weight 8 stone. Normal weight should be 10 stone. My entire identity will completely change and I'll disappear. So it's quite perfect. Look at the state of my eyes. Hey, you go. Look at it. I can vaguely see it. I've still got the poison rings in my fucking eyeballs. No, I've still got the poison rings. Camera's a bit shit. I'll have to go get HD one. Yep. I was like a motherfucker. Soul Train, baby. I can't wait. I think I'm looking more forward to my private jet. Yeah, my own private jet. I don't know. That's more for getting laid aspect. Yeah, boats just to get laid. Cars, standard, boring, whatever. Estate, standard, boring, whatever. I don't know. Get stoned on the moon. That sounds fun. That sounds so much fun. But what about royalty? Told you, freelance. They have failed based on the concept. They haven't got the stomach for enough. Well, of course they got the stomach, but you just don't read about it or hear about it. Sometimes diplomacy is not always the right answer. Yeah. But when you find the right answers, make sure the actions that you perform are the right ones. Well, they have my back. Yeah. But there you are. I would deem that quite a viable. What would you deem it? Quite a viable. What's the word I'm looking for? James. Yes. I would like this type of economy. Okay. But sometimes you have to break the rules. I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird one. I have to find out the logical aspect of royalty itself. Yeah. I have to figure out what it is. Yeah. In terms of the government aspect, I just figured that out a few weeks ago. You're not power, you're just playing with it. Because once you're done playing with power, you'll just become an editorial chief in a newspaper or something. So therefore, you use the same slogan for the benefit of Great Britain and the people living in it. But generally speaking, that's just horseshit. Yeah, that's just 10 piles of fucking horseshit. You know, the benefit of the UK and the people living in it was like, shut the fuck up, eh? That's just 10 piles of horseshit. The shit sales pitch might work on people, but yeah, it's just 10 piles of fucking shit. For the greater good of the general public of the United Kingdom. Botanically speaking, for me to truly understand the actions and the methodology of royalty itself within Great Britain, sometimes I might have to break the rules to acquire the answers that are needed. But the rules are not there to be broken to encourage other people to break the law. So therefore, if it has to be done without a camera, yeah, it has to be done without a camera. It has to be done. Yeah, because if I continue down this thought process of criminal activity based within camera, I'm encouraging others to do the same. So therefore, it's the wrong ideology. It's the wrong thought process, and it's the wrong path to take. Yeah. I'm supposed to benefit the lives of others by making them safe, not encouraging criminality to make it worse. Yeah. Based on the actions currently unfolded, that was to basically just send out a message. I'm coming there without no shirt and tie. Yeah. So we'll see what happens after the camera. Because technically speaking, remember, I'm quite clever. Yeah. Even this so-called, for say, political war between Russia and Great Britain as a whole. Remember, it's my life. Yeah. If I deem fit that you're just both a pair of fucking fannies. Yeah. And all this is to do is for more wealth. Then, no offense, but I'm going to do the exact same concept but make more wealth for myself. Yeah. If all these aspects of modern day war is all to do for more wealth for an economy, then I'm just going to add more wealth to my bank account. Yeah. For instance, if all this was to do to better the lives of human beings, yeah, if all these actions were to better the lives for people to raise their families, give them better lifestyle. I wouldn't say better lifestyle. Give them the reassurances that they have in their means to raise a family, safety, for say. If war, did you say it like that? Yeah. If war was based around the concept, if war was, yeah, she's making me wrong. So it tweaks in there a little bit. That's quite good. So there's still an emotional aspect between family. Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. And then you replace that aspect with a dollar sign and you go, mama. Yeah. So if war was dictated based on the thought process of the safety and the well-being of raising a family and say whatever, blah, 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 blah. But if war and the protection of people was for financial gain, and that's all I have to figure out. If all of this is solely main purpose is for financial gain, then I'm going to do my own financial gain. Because if I'm going to fucking hell, yeah, I'm at least getting fucking rich first, man. Fucking sure I am. You think Playboy Mansion's got the fucking shenanigans? Fuck that shit. Well, yeah. Hugh Hefner's haven't got a fucking looking. Yeah. But if I'm just merely playing an intellect game based around the aspect of wealth, yeah, then I'm having my own wealth. If I'm prepared to die just for someone else to get fucking rich, yeah, that's not happening. Yeah. And that's the only aspect I want to figure out based on royalty. Because based on what I've seen on royalty expeditions all over the world, it's all been mainly business orientated. Yeah, it's all been mainly business orientated for wealth. Yeah. So if the Queen can have a 10% stake in land within the world, why she got so much? Mm, why she got so much wealth? She's like literally in terms of land ownership, literally number one in the world. Yeah. So in terms that would say to me that's power. Yeah, to me that's in terms of power. So I'm not looking at the status of these types of people based on the fact of royalty. This is more entrepreneurship from a business perspective. Yeah. You might have the political sales pitch and so forth and so forth, but to decipher all through the fucking bullshit, yeah, is everything you read about all based around the concept of wealth? If that's the case, yeah, I'm doing my own shit. If it's only if it's only focused, you have to remember we're not people, we're units. Yeah, in the eyes of the government, in the eyes of royalty, we're not people, we're just units. Yeah, we are units. Yeah, just units. Yeah, but we're only classified as units if the whole game itself, all of all evolves around finance. Yeah, if it turns out the light to holiness in terms of Earth itself as a whole, to reach true enlightenment, is it finance? Yeah, is it finance? No. Look what happens when you fuck with the Bible. Yeah, look what happens when you fuck with the Bible. Yeah. So, you fuck with the Bible, it's just another sales pitch, another sales pitch, another sales pitch. So, what we have to determine the fact is the royalty aspect wealth as well? Yeah, war is all to do with finance, of course it is. But the only two things left would be royalty and that's the mind of the UN. There is, isn't it? Fuck. No, it fucking is. It's the mind of the UN. Actually, you cracker. Dick just grew an extra fucking inch, yeah? Aye, continue. Yeah, so this is basically the thought processing of an individual employed by the UN. Ah, there is. Holy shit. Ah. You're so fair. Your problems yes, I do. Yeah, so this is basically the thought process of the UN as a whole. So it's take, regardless of to your title, your wealth, or your power status. Ah, this is technically the fundamental mindset of a door opening to the UN. Yeah, because it's from a more global aspect. Mm. Oh, conscience. Not going to fucking help me. Yeah. Peso. Still not going to help me. Yeah. So technically speaking, I don't even know what the fuck you're going to. What do you? I don't know. My fucking brain. The Secretary General of the United Nations. That's quite sweet. Yeah, that's quite sure, I think. Yeah, that's quite good. That explains why I've seen the UN car in Warsaw. Oh, that's really nice. Secretary General of the United Nations. That's why I said along the lines of based on the immigration aspect of Great Britain. I don't mind you coming over and benefiting your lives on social benefits within the UK, just as long as you're actually going to do something with it. Hence the reason why I probably lasted so long. I don't mind you coming over based on the concept if you want to build a family and shit by using benefits, because I would do the exact same thing. Oh, it does trigger emotion. Well then. Oh, check you, prick. So, the Secretary General of the UN. So, what's the catch? What's the catch? Nothing. That's my mindset. Nice. Ugh. Mm. I'm gonna look like a right fucking junkie. Maybe that's why I probably have no remorse over the next course of actions. Possibly. Secretary General of the United Nations, eh? Now I know where my mindset's at. Because my thought process was to actually benefit the lives of being, when I went in Poland, I basically talked about benefiting the lives of others. The UN's top boy, yeah? Oh, fucking God. That sounds so. United Nations top boy, yeah? Secretary General of the United Nations. Equal opportunities for all. Like I said in the drug game, I can make everyone fucking rich. Fucking is it, yeah? Is that 2 hours? Doesn't even feel like 5 minutes. So the Secretary General of the United Nations. Mmm. 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 So now I know my mindset then. Now it explains the forward aggressiveness statue to my intelligence. Yeah, now it makes sort of sense. Identifying the target market more correctly. And using the so-called power aspect according to plan. In other words, taking something of power, deconstructing it, and turning it into manageable segments for low, middle, and high class to understand. Yeah, but yeah, that's my mindset. Well then. There's my mindset and law then. Yeah. Yeah. I'd make more of a difference by going to UN than anyone else. So why the fuck? Pussy. Yeah, pussy. Baby back got to get so. Mm-hmm. Right, so